These gears all spin at different speeds. The animator clearly just dragged his mouse to a random value. Why show the Joey Drew Studios text? Wouldn't it be more appropriate to show the text, "Build Our Machine," since it's the title of the video?
To your dismay, this isn't your day, for the happy fun time has begun to fade.
I think this is a good indicator of how much effort will be put into this video.
They send you a letter to come back home to play.
Very literal visual interpretation of the lyrics. Not to mention, Henry received the letter in the actual game, not Bendy. Why is the entire video blurry? Adding one sin for each out-of-focus shot.
Watch as we reanimate our corpses you abandoned or dismantled or mishandled, but we won't be skipped and swayed.
Also, for being a 4K video, this video looks like it's in 480p. Where is this supposed to be? Nowhere in the game do we see an area with stone walls and wooden pillars with torches on them. It looks like some kid's Minecraft survival house. The IK snapping on Bendy's arms. All of the fingers on Bendy's hands snap into a different position. Bendy literally misses the plug. One end just phases into the other end. What were the cords for? There was no indication for why he was using that, nor did it influence anything afterwards. The animator most likely just wanted something to sync with the audio at the big hit sound.
Trapped within these walls, you left our souls to drift away.
Also, is Bendy supposed to be evil in this video? Why is there an ink flood going on? There was no prior shot showing how this happened. And don't tell me the cords from earlier have anything to do with this flood. If they did, you should have explained that visually. The ink is violently phasing through the side of the boat. Also, why is Ekrcoaster there? When did he get there? And why not use Henry, an actual character in the game?
Boris has no guts cause you replace it with mechanical stream. We've been tortured but we move forward. This disorder kills your day.
The sizes of the textures on his models in this video are very inconsistent.
You replace it with mechanical stream.
Hips. That awful denoising. Also, Bendy changes character again. Not for plot development, but again for visual pleasure, if you can call it that.
Hey, I am alive. You're the creator, you traitor. Hey, there's no vaccine to cure that in need. Oh, now you must build up a machine you died tonight.
Here we go again. Where is this? Where are we? It's hard to tell if we are watching from Ekrcoaster's point of view. If we were seeing Ekrcoaster's view, why would he be zooming around the room constantly? How did Bendy even get here? I'm gonna assume that thing Bendy is standing on is supposed to be some sort of ink-supporting tower thing. Adding a sin because it was poorly executed. That denoising. What were those random white planes? Inspired by Big Hero 6. We have absolutely no context of how things are the way they are. So many questions still stand unanswered. Is this an ink ocean? Are we even in Joey Drew Studios anymore? Where did the ink monsters come from? They were never introduced. I could go on, but I'm just gonna skip ahead to the next scene for my own sanity. Sin counter, do your thing and let's move forward. That record is phasing through the wall. Maybe next time, pay more attention to objects phasing through other objects in your animations. Maybe a little deal, but it helps a lot.
So you pound over pieces to initiate the pain.
That lip sync.
Nod your head to the beat of death as you draw your last eternal.
Bendy's arm phases through that pipe.
Nod your head to the beat of death.
He said, nod your head to the beat of death, not drag your head with Alt-A. That gear model isn't even voxelized. If you're gonna make your animation voxelized, at least keep the style consistent.
Sensations of an invasion, so the course right through your veins.
Just like the cord from earlier, this switch has no significance in the plot of this video. I say plot very loosely. And the real intent was to provide visual satisfaction rather than to look at least a little coordinated.
You say we have no brains, we're just cartoons for your betrayal. To tell some tale by the boat and sail, but sure this inevitably unveils the fail.
This walk cycle, I don't even know what to say about it. Just... this awkward camera shot. This awful lip sync. Bendy isn't even centered on the screen. Motion blur spaz frame.
Flood the floor and clean your slate. Now we're the tools and you're the fool.
These pipes aren't even synced to the beat. It's triggering my OCD. Bendy somehow manages to slide across the hardwood floor. What kind of a transition was that? Oh, Ekrcoaster's back. That makes sense. Gotta figure out a way to have something on the screen for the next 2 minutes. The next best thing is honestly a black screen at this point. Why did he randomly fly backwards towards the wall?
You're the creator, you traitor. Hey, there's no vaccine to cure that in need.
The animator is so obsessed with moving the hips on his characters that he literally makes the pipe's hips move too.
Oh, now you must build a
His pupils are so small that they're nearly invisible.
I am alive, immortalized. You're the creator, you traitor. Hey, there's no vaccine.
Totally no inspiration for this scene. Motion blur mistoggle. The light is tracking with them as they fall down.
Build up a machine, you die tonight.
This scaled down bendy picture. This IK snapping on the leg. This projector model is ripped straight from the game. Way to put in effort. The awful denoising on this spotlight. The super blurry textures on this drum. The plot has completely gone out the window at this point, as if there was even one at all. Ekrcoaster is just playing the drums in happiness. There's not explanation needed at this point. What kind of facial expression is this? The camera changes location a frame before switching. Boris's elbow bends. Ekrcoaster teleported into this room, I guess. Wait, why is Boris here now? He had no proper introduction. Same goes for Alice. Also, those sparks shouldn't be flying down. That's not how physics work. Ekrcoaster's eyebrows are now white. The faces this character makes are just... Oh good, he's dead. We can all go home now. Oh, there's still more. This ink PNG rolling across the screen. Wonderful transition back into the ink ocean. Or ink void? Is that even ink? Is this purgatory? I feel like I've been in purgatory this whole video. Also, there are now jail cells hanging from the endless ceiling. Why is the animator so obsessed with making the characters' hips move?
So you come to the end now, alive but dead inside. The heart beats loud, you've joined our crowd. We are but punished serpentines. Your life with him was fun, but now the terror's only just begun.
The original upload of this song has almost 80 million views, and Bendy moving up and down is the best you can come up with for this part. Don't just make up the video as you go along just so you can hit the release date sooner. Not sure how that snapping works. For all the IK snapping that takes place in the video, I'm surprised that the actual snapping looks the worst.
Life with him was fun, but now the terror's only just begun. Now come with me, and you will see where you both die.
You most likely gave somebody watching a seizure, considering cases of epilepsy are most common among young children.
I am alive, immortalized. You're the creator, you traitor. Hey, there's no vaccine to cure what you need. Oh, now you must build a bomb machine, you die tonight.
Ink Bendy's arm phased through the wall as he runs, like way too much to have not seen it and not decided to fix it. The ink forming on these walls is way too glitchy to leave in. I would have just decided to leave it out. Maybe consider leaving that out for your next 5 or so inevitable Bendy videos. The fact that this face pose exists. That cliffhanger was completely disregarded. These floor textures are super distracting. The fact that they all have the exact slab of broken wood triggers my OCD. The particles go into the camera and destroys the motion blur. That foot sliding. That door opens up straight into the wall. You can see the wall continue going through the window of the door. Back again with the seizures. This random play button in the background is distracting and unnecessary. Do I really even need to point out the walk cycles at this point? Yes, I too enjoy being sucked into a black hole that's right off screen. That unnatural lunge. The position of those legs do not look healthy. The animator forgot to add facial expressions to the character in this scene, which somehow, sadly, looks better than when he actually does animate the expressions. Ink Bendy's head clips through the wall. Ekrcoaster is frozen in place.
Build up a machine, you die tonight.
This ink is floating above the ground. Unless you can point to where in the game Bendy grows in size exponentially or disintegrate, he shouldn't do this in the video. This isn't like Five Nights at Freddy's where you can base off the visuals from the lore of the game. You actually have to follow its rules and story.
He's trying to copy me.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Dismantled or mishandled, but we won't be skipped and swayed.
Now let's go fly again. We'll fly again.
You were the passengers in a most uncommon elevator. Where did he go?
I don't feel so good.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie.
Guns, cause you replace it with mechanical stream, and you will see we're newborn cyanide! They attend you a letter to come back home to play, but to your dismay, this isn't your day, for the happy fun time has begun to fade. Watch as we reanimate our corpses you abandoned. I am alive.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Trapped within these walls, you left our souls to drip away. The ink decayed, the walls are bay, but a reckoning has come today, you say. Dismantled or mishandled, but we won't be skipped and swayed.
Help! I've been kidnapped by a rather nice gentleman. Did I say kidnap? I meant I'm on holiday. Yeah. Tell me, you have to. Look what he's done to